Old bones. Oh man, how do you sit like that? My thoughts were literally about sex, money and food. That's all. Money, literally the only thoughts.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're doing a Q&A answering all of the questions you guys had about van life as a family.
So there was heaps of questions on Ginty's Instagram and we'll try and get through as many as we can.
Today is going to be a bit of a longer video because we had a lot of questions and we want to give you guys as much information as possible to help you if you're interested in this lifestyle. We're going to include timestamps in the description box so that you can skip along if you had a specific question you wanted the answer to but didn't have time to watch the whole video.
What do you love most about van life?
The thing I love most is spending time with our family all together, raising our daughter together. Chris and I just have so much time with Aya and just we love it. They're my favourite people in the whole world and I get to spend my time with them.
Yeah, when I think about the alternative, like going to work or going anywhere away from you and Aya, I much prefer this sort of lifestyle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love how much we're outside, how much we're together. Yeah.
What do we find most difficult? Have we had any negative experiences in the van?
Yeah, no negative experiences, but it's hard, as you can imagine, living in a small space like with the same people. So I think we manage that well, like giving each other time each day, and you only need like a short amount of time to yourself to like sort of recharge the batteries, but that's probably the most difficult.
I love that that's our like favourite part, but also the hardest part. I'm the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Another thing that I've found difficult is just really relaxing and accepting that we can relax and not having to try to be busy all the time doing things and sort of distracting ourselves. Like it's okay to have time to meditate and have time to write and it sounds strange, but sometimes it's difficult to relax, especially going from moving into a new lifestyle and just embracing it fully.
Yeah. I like this question. What was the most unexpected thing moving into a van that you experienced?
For me, I thought it was just going to be fun and a way that we could sort of get out of having to pay rent and having all of those expenses of a home. And we got to travel, which was my favourite thing, and be together. So that was all expected. But I didn't expect it to be such a spiritual journey. Like now we don't have these distractions that we used to in life. Like we don't have all of these like cleaning the house and family and friends all the time and all of these things. Yeah. It's just like we can't avoid looking inside a little, and yeah, it's been a real journey of self-discovery.
Yeah. So yeah, no matter what you do, you can't escape yourself. The next question is why YouTube, why van life, and how long we plan on living in a van. So I'll let Ginty answer why YouTube, but how long. We've been in there since November last year.
Yeah, a year.
We've been in there a year, and we plan on being based out of the van for the majority of next year. We'll do some overseas travel, but yeah, if our family grows as well, which we plan on it happening in the future, our van's not set up for more than 3 people, so we'll definitely have to change.
Yeah, and we're not held to this lifestyle. As soon as if it starts not being enjoyable to us and we prefer something else, then we'll just change. It's nothing, like we're not a set time, anything. Our happiness, Ayana's happiness is completely our priority, but probably most of next year, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So why YouTube?
Yeah, why YouTube is because I don't really know exactly, but we're travelers, and just the idea of earning income basically from any location in the world so that we could travel and have an online presence and have our business,
whatever that may be online.
Yeah, we wanted to work for ourselves. So I also felt just really drawn to sharing my story through YouTube, and I thought it was the best platform that I had found to really share and really connect as well with other people. It was just more of a personal thing, and so I don't really know exactly why, but it was just like a lot of little things, and just the ideas seemed really nice to me, so I just began. And I know it was the right decision because we've learned so much and we've connected with so many people, and we really love it. Like, I love this.
Yeah, it hasn't been hard or a chore, hasn't felt like work. We've put out like 90 videos, which is like, a video is not easy to make. Like, when I first saw YouTube, I'm like, oh, they're making like videos, it's easy, they're just funding their lifestyle. But you know, like, I edit videos for like maybe like 7 hours sometimes, so it's not easy, but it doesn't feel like work because we really enjoy doing it.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like that's when you almost know that you're following your heart. It's like the path of least resistance. It just sort of flows, and there's always going to be like potholes, and there's always things that come up, and it's not all like rainbows and stuff like that. Like, obviously everyone's going through stuff in life, but this just feels really good to us, and we decided that we were just going to really pursue things that made us happy and just see what happened. And for how long, I want to address something else with that question. We always get asked a lot about, what are we going to do when Ayana's 14? What are we going to do when she's at back to school age? And it's sort of, the question doesn't sit that well with me, and I notice myself being quite like defensive. So I just want to explain that your life can change whenever you like. What you have now is not what you have to have in the future. Just because we're doing this now does not mean that we're going to be doing this forever. And we don't think it would be a good environment to have Ayana living in a van with us when she's 14 in that van. I just don't see how that would work, and we're not interested in that. We're just loving it at the moment. We're going to travel next year. We're likely, Ayana, we want to settle, we want to have our own house and land, and we'll probably be homeschooling, but in a community of other like-minded people. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. No, this isn't a forever long-term thing. We're just loving traveling, and we're traveling Australia at the moment. Yeah. The next question is, does Ayana get to socialize? And I think that's a really important question because it's such an important part of a child's development. So
yeah, so she socializes every single day. Every single day we're at different parks because we go there or at the beach or the park to cook our food, to let Aya play. So there's lots of kids at parks and at the beach, and she always approaches them. Always. Even if it's just like approaching and just sort of watching, she is very drawn to kids. So she's always socialized. I love watching because it doesn't happen in my life. Like, I don't like just go and stand like 5 meters to a group of people and just watch and try and like make friends with them. So it's like, you know, it's an awesome thing to see, and like it's not like it's just us three.
No.
You know, hermits.
We're actually filming from my parents' house. We decided to fly up here. We had our best friend had a baby, and my sister's birthday, so we flew up here for a week to see family. We're not just stuck in the van. We get out and about all the time, and we're meeting other people, making friends, people with children, and we're very much connecting and socializing still. We're certainly not just in the van all of the time.
Yeah, so much more than being like when we used to be in our apartment. You know, we're meeting so much more people than we were then. So true. And we're living so close to each other, you just don't even know your neighbors sometimes. So in the van, people approach you way more, and you know, you're around people a lot more.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, honestly. I think Ayana is socializing so much more now than she was when we were in a house, like, for sure.
Yeah. Next question is the biggest question, the most asked question we get, and it's about money. How much money did we have when we started, and how do we make money now? So I'll answer those questions straight up, and I'll let Ginty
I see a pattern emerging.
answer the difficult part. No, I think there's a more helpful answer behind all this, and
we'll get to it.
So how much did we have when we moved into the van? We sold everything. We sold a car, furniture. We had $8,000 left in the bank savings after we bought the van for $6,000.
Yeah.
And we had no debt. And how do we make money now? So along the way, Ginty taught yoga, sold a few things on Etsy, and a few other bits and pieces, but we haven't made money or enough money on YouTube to sustain this lifestyle until this month. So that's just a recent thing. But there's so many different ways to make money. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll get to the other side of it. Basically, I want to say that we can tell you these things and they might be somewhat helpful and like plant some ideas in your mind about how you can go about this sort of lifestyle. But ultimately, the biggest change that we made in our lives, going from living in a home, working, you know, just that sort of more standard lifestyle to this one, is that we completely changed our thoughts regarding money. We looked at our relationship with money and we let go of a hell of a lot of limiting beliefs that we learned in our childhood about how much you can earn, how you have to earn, what you have to do to get money, how you have to struggle for it, and how you have to save. We decided to change our relationship with money. I have had some seriously issues with money because it was a real thing for me, honestly. Like growing up in a family with not a lot of money, and just you learn a lot about money and you develop often you don't have much of an abundant mindset in regards to money. So I really have worked on that. If you want another video entirely about that, I could think about doing that. If anyone would find that helpful,
I think it'd be really helpful.
Leave a comment, because Chris has seen I've changed a bit with money.
Yeah, it changed so much. And for myself, it wasn't the money part that was hard for me. Like, I was happy spending money. I always had this feeling that I'd have a lot of money and I expected it to come to me. But I had so many limiting beliefs holding me back from doing anything different. Like, I thought I had to do these things like that your parents tell you, that society tells you. But once you start letting one or two go, then you can really look at all your beliefs and opinions, and that has been the best change. Yeah, I think you answered right. So we're earning money at the moment from YouTube AdSense. That's our biggest source of income at the moment. We've closed our Etsy shop at the moment because we're working on a few exciting projects, and that will also produce some income as well. And then sometimes I teach yoga, and I haven't for a little while, but when I do, it also helps. You've got to keep in mind as well that we're not paying $400 a week rent like we used to, and all of the other little bills and things that come from living in a home, and our main expenses are fuel each week, which isn't actually much because we don't travel that far in the van. We take it very slow, and the other expense is food. Food is where we spend most of our money, and you can imagine it's not that much. The next question is, how do we deal with always being together? We've already said it can be very difficult living in such a small space. So what do we do to overcome that? I think our relationship is different or special anyway. We've spent so much time together over the 8 years we've been together, and some people can't believe it. Like, we spend 24 hours a day for sometimes months and months at a time.
Over years. We've been people who we've traveled together, we've always lived together, then we work seasonal jobs together.
So we're lucky that we like each other's company. But in saying that, when you're in a van and you've got a child too that's very she's not very demanding, but she needs attention as well. So it is a struggle. You can't have no sort of management of that. You need to have things in practice to make sure you don't lose your shit.
I mean, I think that's just life, right? You need time to yourself. We set aside time every single morning where I go first, because Ayana still sometimes feeds during the night. Not so much anymore though. And I go and I just do what I have to do. I'm really working on my meditation practice at the moment and loving it, or just writing, or sometimes I just sit there like
Seeing you meditate like that.
like I just need some time, and that's cool. And then I come back and I'm with Ayana, and Chris goes and has his time. I think you need to, when you're living in such a small space, spending so much time together, it's scheduled in. Like, this is a priority, that we get time to ourselves.
Yeah, and because you're so close all the time, you can easily tell when someone is not happy.
Yeah.
And that needs time. So we will help each other, like, maybe you should go for a run, maybe you should go have some time with yourself, and I'll go play with Ayana or something like that.
Yeah, we're very much aware and just watch each other. Like, if I can see Chris is struggling, then I am like, all right, he needs some time, and you do it for me all of the time. So we're very much aware, and
you need that to keep a happy environment.
Yeah. So that is how we deal with being together all the time. And the next question is also, we get this so much and I didn't expect it, is like adult time. How do we stay intimate as in a relationship living in a van with our daughter?
So intimate time is an important part of any relationship. If you don't have it, your relationship is going to struggle. And I don't know if the people asking haven't really thought about it, but you're going to make time. Like, anybody in this situation is going to find a way. So we find a way.
I don't feel the need to go into detail, because like, intimacy in our relationship is very like special to me, and between Chris and I don't feel the need to, tell everyone about it.
And our channel's like G-rated, right?
So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you can make it work and you can find the time, and it's an important part of our relationship. And also, intimacy is so many more things than just like a physical thing. And so what I'll say is, our relationship has only grown, and we've only become closer since living this lifestyle compared to when we used to live in home, like a house and stuff like that. We've never been closer in our relationship.
A van life and living in a van hasn't negatively impacted our relationship at all. Yeah,
the opposite. So if that's what you're worried about, then you shouldn't, and that you can find the time to make it work. And also, once again, we're not always in the van. We're going to be traveling overseas, where sometimes we see friends and family. We spend most of our time in the van, yes, but yeah, we're in other places as well. Okay, so they're sort of the specific van questions, and if you haven't already noticed, this video is a little bit different than our usual videos. We wanted to experiment with sort of letting you guys see us a bit more, and
getting a bit more information across. If you are interested in the van life aspect, you can go to the Van Life Diaries playlist that will be in the description box below.
Yeah, we do answer questions all the time in vlogs. So the next part of this Q&A is actually going to be more of a personal insight, so that you can understand us a little more deeply, what we're about, what we're going through, and we just thought you'd find it interesting. Like, this is what I love. I love like listening to podcasts and reading books and hearing about other people's stories and stuff. So I'm like, you guys might be curious. I'm gonna start. How old are we, and where did we meet?
So I'm 27 and Jindy's 31. No, I'm 31 and Jindy's 27.
Yeah. And we met in Vancouver in Canada in 2009.
Yeah.
2009. We were very, very different people. We lived in the same like housing area. We were working in Whistler in Canada doing a ski season. I think for like 6 months we were both there. And we weren't together, like dating in a relationship in that time.
Such a long time. Such a long time. But we were like, Ginty doesn't drink at all, and I like pretty much don't either. Like, I have a beer every now and again, but we used to like drink a lot, party a lot.
I was like a binge drinker.
Yeah, which is like, I think it's a common thing.
Yeah, I did a video on why I don't drink anymore, if you're curious. But yeah, so that's where we met. And okay, where did you picture yourself like then? Like when you were thinking, when you had children, and in 10 years time, when you were like 31, like where did you picture yourself?
So I definitely didn't think about kids. Like I wouldn't even allow that to come into my mind. But I pictured myself with a house. I pictured myself with a lot of money, like a career. I don't know, like I definitely didn't picture myself here. I definitely didn't picture myself vegan. I talk to Ginty about this all the time. My thoughts were literally about sex, money and food. That's all. Like, and it's, when I say it, like I know that the person I'm telling it to, like you, doesn't fully understand. Like literally, those were the only thoughts.
Chris has changed. Like we've both changed so much, and it's been awesome since then, like just to think of where we were. And I find that really interesting that was your response, because my response was never ever about a house, never about money. I was like, I'll probably never have all of that. I'll just be poor and I'll just keep traveling and just I'll be happy doing that and stuff. And it's almost just like those visions, like your world and my world, sort of just met in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next question. We both quit uni. It's something we've mentioned at other times, and I thought we could let you guys know why. I've had this question quite a bit, so why did you quit?
So I was studying naturopathy. I was 3 years into a 4-year degree, and I had deferred for a year in that 3 years as well. So was I doing it for 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So right from the start, I was doing it for the little bit of paper. I was doing it for other people. I thought I needed that bit of paper, and I guess I was doing it for the respect that I thought came with it. And I thought I'd be interested in the whole natural health side, and I am to a certain degree, but how it is taught in that system is it's not what I thought it would be, and I didn't enjoy it. So that's pretty much why. It was sort of a drawn out process, but I wasn't enjoying what I was doing every day. It wasn't the fact that like I'll just do it and then, you know, I'll enjoy being a naturopath, which I don't know if I would, but I wasn't enjoying what I was doing day to day.
Yeah, my reasoning is quite similar. I was like, I dreaded going to class. I skipped so many classes. It wasn't a struggle for me though. Like uni was easy. I could easily get good grades. Didn't feel like I was learning that much. Didn't feel passionate about it at all. Sorry, I was studying occupational therapy. And it was just like, if I dread this already before I'm actually even doing it, then it's not the right thing for me. And that was hard for me to let go of, because I thought, just like Chris, that in order to be successful and to have that respect in life, that you needed your degree. And it was very much like, I don't really want to do it. I'm not doing it. If I really get honest, I'm not doing it for myself. And so ever since then, it's just, honestly, it's been a real process of letting it go and being like, you know, it's not for me. It might be for other people, and that is freaking awesome, but it's not for me, and it's certainly not for everyone, that sort of learning environment. And there are other ways. Like, can I still spread my message? Can I still help other people, which is my purpose? Like, that's what we want to do. Can we do it without having to sacrifice our happiness? And yeah, we hope that you can.
And it's a huge thing, like, you know, whenever you meet someone new, they're like, hey, you know, what do you do? And it's like it's a big thing, like, believing that you're enough just as you are now, without all these things, without your title, without your degree, without your career. So that's like a thing that's, you know,
we've totally going through,
going through still.
So the next question is, who is currently inspiring us?
You're definitely inspiring me. Being in front of the camera and putting myself out there and being seen is something that it's probably the thing I'm most afraid of. And seeing you grow throughout like this experience is very inspiring to me. Being so close to someone that's being so vulnerable and putting yourself out there, it's inspiring. So like, well, maybe I can do that, and it gives me, you know, the courage to do a bit more, I guess.
Yeah.
And Brené Brown, which is like,
Chris is loving her at the moment.
Yeah, so her thing is all about vulnerability, and yeah, it's very inspiring and sort of gives me that little bit of courage to, you know, move forward.
Yeah, super cliche and cheesy, but like Chris totally inspires me as well. Like people must just be like, oh, please. But yeah, like we're together because we love each other, and I've never met someone that has evolved so much all the time, just recreating yourself, letting go of things that don't serve you, and just fully becoming the person you want to be. And it's totally inspiring. The other person is Ayana.
Yeah.
She like changed our whole freaking lives. Like why we're putting ourselves out there, why we're doing more, why we're even trying to achieve our goals. Because as soon as she was born, we were like, there's more important things than our shit. Like
yeah. And if we want to teach her to be the person she wants to be, to follow her dreams, we can't just tell her to do it. We need to do it ourselves.
Yeah. So yeah, she completely inspires us. And also vegan activists online, I'm totally inspired by them, because that is scary, going against what so many people believe in and speaking the truth. And I got tingles. Like James Asprey is really inspiring me at the moment. I just listened to a podcast with him on Yoga Girls podcast channel. Ellen Fisher really inspires me because she's a mum that I really respect, her, like how she parents, and I think that she really was at the start of this movement, and it would have been hard. She must have gotten so much crap online from people, and she stayed strong and true to her heart and what she knew was right. And there's like some other people as well, but yeah, they're sort of people who have really inspired me lately. That can go into really like, what are we personally struggling with right now? Like what are you going through in your journey in your life that is difficult? I think you sort of talked about that with vulnerability.
Yeah, vulnerability, allowing myself to be seen, putting myself out there, and having the confidence to do that, and the confidence in my ability to get my thoughts and ideas across, my ability to communicate effectively. So those are the things that I'm struggling with, and I think it boils down to like self-love and the way I see myself. So that's sort of where I'm focusing a lot of attention at the moment. Yeah,
I see you so there. And doing awesome though. Like the fact that we're just here videoing and that's what you're struggling with, like I think that's amazing. The thing I'm struggling with the most is probably what we were just talking about as well, just receiving criticisms from other people. I know that not everyone can like me, not everyone's going to resonate with our lifestyle or anything like that, and just being okay with that and being like, I can't please everyone, and that's okay. So much of my life I've spent doing things for other people, trying to please, try to be this person that I thought everyone wanted and needed me to be, and now it's like I'm just gonna pursue what I love and what makes me happy, and like how I can be like the best parent, and it's letting go of other people's judgments of that, and in turn not judging them for judging me. Just being like at peace with it, truly, and knowing that no one else's opinion of me in any way changes my worth. All right, let's do one more question. We've got this question here.
Yeah, what advice would you give someone that is like inspired to make change in their lives, that they're not happy with the direction they're going and they want to do something that they just don't know what to do? Where to start?
Okay, so yeah, if you're watching and want to make changes in your life, I think the best place to begin, wait a second, this is tough. Okay, I think the best place to begin is to start becoming aware of the quality of your own thoughts. And to do that, I think you need to sort of put time aside. Every single morning is really how I began. I just thought like even half an hour, 10 minutes to be like, in this time, I am going to be with myself, and start the journey inwards. And then on top of that, I think getting very clear about what you want in life. So instead of focusing all of your attention on the things that you hate about your life, the things that you really don't like, you have to start shifting your perspective towards what it is that you do want. So, and if you know exactly what you don't want, if you're really unhappy, you're in a perfect place to do this because you know what you don't want. All right, that's sorted. What do I want? And shifting your attention over to that and start picturing it, start visualizing it, start looking at your thoughts. What are they supporting? Are they supporting this negative style of, like, this negative lifestyle, or are they supporting my dreams? Like, are they bashing me? Like, are they putting myself down? Are they limiting my potential, or are they supporting, like, and coming from a place of love? That's where I started, and that's something I'm still practicing every single day. It's a commitment. It's waking up and going, I am going to choose to, like, love myself, and I am worthy, and I'm going to take action from that place, and to have my thoughts motivated from that place, instead of like, I'm unworthy, I've got all of these limitations, I can't do that because of this happened to me, because, like, it has to start shifting.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a really long answer.
So you'd say give yourself alone time.
Yes.
And figure out what you want.
Yes.
And focus, shift your perspective on the good in your life and what you want rather than what you don't.
Yes, and that, I just need to be clear, that doesn't mean that bad things and hard things and difficult times don't arise. It means I'm no longer going to suppress those things. I'm no longer going to hide from them, because when you start this journey, things are going to come up that you suppress throughout your entire life, and it's about being like, I'm still worthy even though that happened, even though I did that. It's okay, I'm not perfect, and I'm going to try my best every single day. So there's going to be more difficult times and things are going to arise. It's not all perfect, but it's like, I'm going to choose to act from a place of love and kindness and compassion for myself and for this world. Like, that sounds so cliche, but has been my journey, and that's still my journey now. So what would your bit of advice be?
I think giving yourself time every day is really important, and that doesn't mean like giving yourself time to go and like watch TV or something like that. It's to sit down, I think, with a book, with a bit of paper, and to write. And I think where I would start is exactly where you said, get clear on what it is you want. So just like get it all out of your head. Doesn't have to be, you don't think about it too much. Just, I want this, I want that, I want that. Start with material things maybe, and then I want to be more confident, I want to be a better public speaker, anything like that. Just everything that you want, and to try and write down stuff each day. So get clearer and clearer on what you want. Maybe like some stuff that you want to get out of your head that you're dealing with, get it down. I think writing and journaling is really powerful.
Yeah, so do I. That's a great point.
Get in the habit of, or get in the routine of giving yourself that time. The book, The Miracle Morning, was really a game changer for both of us. So in the morning, you not only give yourself the time to write and read inspiring stuff, but you exercise and do these, I think it's 6 habits that are known, that everyone would agree with, that are beneficial. So you can get that book, or just start by giving yourself 20 minutes, half an hour each time before you go to bed. Yeah, that's where I would start.
Yeah, and the other thing I would add is to allow yourself to dream, to not get caught up in the details of how that dream is going to be able to come true. It's just like, allow yourself to dream. It's just allow yourself to think big and daydream and picture it all without being like, how will I afford it? How will I do it? I don't have the time. Just dream and
just because it feels good.
Yeah, that's where I'd start. There, that's my answer. Alright, so if you're still watching this, then leave a comment right now and let us know if you watched it till here.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for watching, and I'd be so curious to hear if you like these longer style videos. We just shared a bit more, and it was just, I feel like it's a little more personal. So let Chris and I know if you'd like to see more of this style, or
Cool, we'll see you in a few days, maybe when we get back in the van.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, see you in the next video.
Oh shit.
We are like, Chris is so stiff.